Today on Forbes, the AI billionaire you've never heard of. After a morning spent reviewing a dataset, reading research papers, and playing with cutting-edge AI models in his Manhattan apartment, Edwin Chen takes a short walk to the swank 3-story Starbucks Reserve Roastery on 9th Avenue. Dressed in a Vori navy t-shirt with a tiger-adorned canvas tote slung over one shoulder, Chen heads downstairs and settles in at a dark corner table. Sipping a small green tea, he says, quote, "Because ordering coffee here takes too long," the founder and CEO of Surge AI, a data labeling and AI training firm, then launches into a non-stop 2-hour discussion about everything from Silicon Valley culture, he hates it, to his rivals, quote, "They're all body shops," to how humans might interface with aliens if they came to Earth. He says, quote, "They don't speak English, so how would you communicate with them? How would you decipher their language? Hopefully, there'll be some mathematical way to do it." This dilemma is also explored in his favorite short story, a 1998 piece by science fiction author Ted Chiang. The short story, called Story of Your Life, became the basis for the movie Arrival, in which a linguist tries to talk to aliens by identifying patterns in their speech and writing. It was also part of Chen's inspiration for starting Surge in 2020, he says, adding that he wants his data labeling company to encode the, quote, "richness of humanity." For him, that means getting the smartest humans, including professors from Stanford, Princeton, and Harvard, to train AI, translating their specialized knowledge to the ones and zeros underpinning large language models. In addition to the Ivy League brainiacs, Chen employs an army of 1 million-plus gig workers from more than 50 countries around the world who help come up with questions that might stump AI, evaluating the model's responses and writing criteria that help AI generate a perfect response. Using the term AGI, short for Artificial General Intelligence, which is tech lingo for when AI will match or surpass human capabilities, Chen says, quote, "I really do think that what we're doing is so critical to all the AI models that without us, AGI just won't happen, and I want it to happen." Long-winded, brilliant, and eccentric, Chen is perhaps the most successful tech entrepreneur you've never heard of. That's because until very recently, he wanted it that way, despite being well known in the AI community. The data scientist who did stints at Twitter, Google, and Facebook eschewed traditional venture capital and left the Bay Area fishbowl 7 years ago, electing to fund Surge himself, starting with, quote, "a couple million" from savings from his decade in big tech. Chen, who describes the typical VC-backed Valley startup as a, quote, "get-rich-quick scheme," says, quote, "One of the reasons why we bootstrapped is that I've always hated the Silicon Valley status game." He also hates the idea of raising so much money and then needing to spend it. In his opinion, that leads to massive overhiring. He points out that Surge has just 250 employees, including full-time, part-time, and consultants. By contrast, Scale AI, its big rival, has 4 times as many staffers with less revenue. Surge, which helps tech companies get the high-quality data they need to improve their AI models, brought in $1.2 billion in revenue in 2024, less than 5 years after its founding, from customers including Google, Meta, Microsoft, and AI labs Anthropic and Mistral. It helped train Google's Gemini and Anthropic's Claude. It's been profitable from nearly day one, according to Chen. Based on those numbers, the company is worth an estimated $24 billion. Surge is in talks to raise $1 billion at a $30 billion valuation, though the round hasn't closed yet. Chen's decision to fund Surge himself has paid off handsomely. His approximately 75% stake in it is worth an estimated $18 billion, enough to make him the wealthiest newcomer on this year's Forbes 400 list of the richest Americans. At age 37, he is also the youngest member. For full coverage, check out Phoebe Liu's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.